Leo Demonheart has been the hero of humanity for thousands of years during the wars against demons. However, throughout his long life, he attains an immeasurable power, and humans begin to fear him. After humanity betrayed him, he tried joining the demon army since they lost the war against humans and were looking for new allies. He arrives at the castle of the Demon Queen Echidna, who doesn't want to ally with him because he was the one who destroyed her army long ago. Since Echidna rejects him, Leo decides to speak with her 4 heavenly kings of the demon army: Steina, Lily, Melnis, and Edward. Leo tries to convince them to ally and raise the demon army again. The heavenly kings reject him at first because they knew Echidna would never allow it, but Leo gives a presentation about the pros and cons of having him as a team member. After his presentation, Steina is skeptical about why he wants to join the demon army. However, Leo tells him the story of how humanity turned its back on him and branded him a monster for having so much power. After hearing this, the Heavenly King decides to accept his proposal, but on the condition that he remain hidden, so that Echidna doesn't find out that he's with them. Once Leo is hired temporarily, he starts helping Steina with the castle chores. Steina was the right hand of Echidna and was constantly under complete stress. At first, she doesn't want to let Leo help her, but after the boy's insistence, she assigns him the job of helping her fill the kingdom's mana tanks. Leo accepts the assignment and hides his appearance, so Echidna doesn't know that he's the one helping the Heavenly Kings. Leo puts on full body armor and calls himself Onyx. He assures Steina that he'll have the work ready in about an hour and leaves Steina's office. Leo returns half an hour later and tells her everything is solved, surprising Steina with his speed. Since Leo has finished his task and has nothing else to do, he hangs around the office. Steina, fed up with Leo not doing anything anymore, tells him he's lazy. However, at that moment, Dianette, one of the castle employees, arrives asking for Onyx, saying that the stone he gave her to fill the mana tanks worked perfectly. After this, Leo explains to Steina that he got a crystal imbued with magic that Dianette and the other maids can use so she doesn't have to go to replenish the mana herself. Steina, after seeing Leo's performance, gives him another job. The Queen's army needs to transport supplies from one city to another, and so Echidna decides to send Lily for this job. But since Lily is a bit immature and somewhat childish, Steina decides to send Leo with her to supervise her on the way. The trip starts badly, as Lily doesn't take her job seriously and almost destroys a village. Seeing this, Leo conjures up a plan to pretend to be sick so that Lily will look for some medical plants to save him, hoping it would ignite a sense of responsibility and team spirit within Lily. But Leo doesn't make things easy for Lily and places a lot of obstacles for her to learn to be a better leader and work as a team. However, Lily dodges all the obstacles single-handedly, using her overwhelming power. Reaching Leo's last hurdle, Lily begins to falter as she has to cross a large cliff that she doesn't dare jump over. Leo, who disguised himself as a stranger, tries to advise Lily to use teamwork, although in the end she still ends up passing the cliff alone anyway. Leo gave up and went back to sleep after his plan didn't work. In the morning, Leo sees that Lily had gotten the plants. But not only that, she has devised a strategy to pass the supplies efficiently using everyone's help. All this thanks to Leo's advice before. After arriving from the mission with Lily, Leo talks to Steina, who tells him that the Queen has requested to see Onyx. Leo freaks out as he thinks that she has discovered his true identity, but it turns out that Echidna wanted to welcome him with a feast full of food and alcohol. Although Leo happily accepts the invitation, he tries to leave quickly to avoid getting discovered by the Queen. They both eat and drink for a long time until Echidna tells Leo to take off his helmet so she can see his face, to which he refuses, but this doesn't prevent the Queen from removing his helmet anyway. Luckily, Leo managed to change his face with magic before losing his helmet, and Echidna doesn't find out his real identity. The conversation continued, and the Queen kept drinking until she was drunk. She tells Leo she came to the human world looking for the Philosopher's Stone. Turns out that the demon world was in trouble. It didn't have any plants or even sun, so Echidna wanted to use the stone to heal her world. After hearing all of this, Leo tries to tell her the truth about his identity, but Steina and Lily interrupt him with alarming news. It turns out that General Melnis and Edward felt useless and wanted to leave the group. Knowing this, Echidna asks Leo to go to Melnis while she goes to Edward to dissuade them from leaving. When Leo finds Melnis, they talk for a while until Melnis gives him a condition for him to come back. Melnis wants to become an excellent communicator because he'll have to interview the recruits for the demon army alone. So Melnis asks Leo to teach him how to be a better communicator in 3 days, to which Leo agrees. To help Melnis, Leo takes him to work at the mess hall so he can learn how to deal with people, although it doesn't seem to convince Melnis. However, Leo gives him some advice and tells him that he can trust him. With this motivation, Melnis quickly learns to approach some clients who, unfortunately, are mercenaries. They are very rude to Melnis after he tries his best to serve them. Since Melnus was dressed as a waiter so that no one could recognize him, the mercenaries harassed him non-stop. It got to the point that Melnus got fed up and beat them up for trying to go too far with him. Once they got home, Leo told Melnus to have a mock interview with him since his communication skills had somewhat improved. Once in the room, Melnus asks Leo why he decided to join and how he feels about humanity after they betrayed him. Melnus tells him that he has an incredible hatred towards human because his parents sold him for being half demon and half human. Leo tells him that he joined them for fun and wants to help Echidna save her world. Leo also tells Melnus about his past. It turns out that before the world became what it is now, demons emerged out of nowhere and attacked people. So the government had the idea to create super powerful living weapons to defeat this threat. Leo's a genetically altered human created to fight the demons that appeared that day. Not only that, but he's also thousands of years old and is practically invincible. Leo is programmed to save humanity and has learned and adapted to continue protecting them. But when the humans betrayed him, Leo finally felt free to do as he pleased, so he joined the Queen's army. After a few days, Jariath, General Edward's daughter, talks to Leo so that he can help her father with a problem. It turns out that Edward was feeling discouraged as he couldn't make his troops strong enough to defeat his enemies. Thanks to this, Edward felt disappointed in himself, reaching the point of wanting to resign as general. On the other hand, the town miner finds an ancient robot and calls Leo to identify if it's working. Leo recognizes the robot from his era and gets the idea to use it against Edward to teach him about humility. Leo takes the robot to where Edward was with his soldiers, and they start attacking it. The soldiers are no match for the robot, so Edward decides to fight it himself. At first, the robot outmatches Edward, but after some proper instructions from Leo, he catches up with the robot. Edward defeats it and finally understands how to properly train someone against stronger enemies, recovering his confidence to continue training his soldiers. Since Echidna wants to make Onyx part of her army, she sends Steina to look for him, who warns Leo to prepare. Leo's reading a book that brings back memories of his creation era. In Leo's memories, he was nothing more than an unfeeling demon killing machine. One day, Leo meets a demon named Ibrid, whom he's about to kill until he gives Leo valuable information, so Leo spares his life. Leo then takes him to the Demon Containment Center. Since the place was quite far away, Leo and Ibrid became closer during the trip, talking for hours and getting to know each other better. Once they arrive, Ibrid tells Leo to live his life as he wants, that he doesn't have to protect humanity as his programming said. The anti-demon forces take Ibrid away, and Leo leaves quietly but always remembers this advice. Back in the present, Leo heads to Echidna to hear her decision. As Onyx is about to be announced as the newest member of Echidna's army, the castle members get the news that the mana generators are running low. Echidna is worried because if the generators stop, the portal that connects the human world to the demon world will close. To counteract that, the Queen says that they need to hurry and get the Philosopher's Stone to supply the kingdom with all the necessary mana to start raising her army again. While the generals are in a meeting, Leo reveals his true identity to Echidna, who's upset but still listens to what Leo has to say. It turns out that Leo knows where the Philosopher's Stone is and promises to guide them to it. After an extensive walk and several conversations where Leo and Echidna get along better, Leo leads them to a mountain area where the Philosopher's Stone is supposed to be. Leo reveals to the generals that the Philosopher's Stone is his heart and that if they want it, they have to kill him to get it. Leo attacks Echidna, who asks for explanations about his behavior, to which Leo only replies that he's looking for a worthy successor. Because of this, he needs to know how strong she can be. The fight continues until she loses power and Leo defeats her. When he's about to deliver the final blow, Edward saves the Queen. At that moment, a fight begins between all the generals against Leo. Although each of the generals offer quite a bit of resistance, Leo still beats them. They keep asking him for explanations about what he's doing, and he keeps telling them that it's for the good of humanity. Since he doesn't die, he could end the world himself. Since Leo's whole existence relies on the world being in danger, he's capable of threatening the world to keep his purpose. Meanwhile, Echidna remembers an ancient spell her father taught her that could paralyze Leo for a while. The Queen tells Steina to keep Leo busy while she charges up. Once Echidna releases the power to neutralize Leo, Leo is shocked by it and thanks Echidna. When the attack hits Leo, he remembers his past and purpose to save humanity. Leo lived thousands of years defeating and saving humanity on multiple occasions until peace came to Earth. Leo was about to fall into madness since his programming couldn't let him live in peace. He was even about to create a weapon that would threaten humanity so that he could fight it to save them. Luckily, Leo realized his mistake and began his search for the correct successor to his power. When Echidna appeared invading a village where he was, Leo saw that the Queen was very kind and honorable. Since then, Leo took on the task of seeing if she was the right one to inherit the position of the savior of humanity. Leo's healing factor was stunned thanks to the attack Echidna launched on him outside of his memories. Although the Queen was barely able to restrain all of Leo's power, she managed to hold on long enough for the generals to attack him, almost killing him. When Leo is finally defeated, his body opens and the generals see the Philosopher's Stone. Leo says goodbye to his friends and tells them that they have 300 seconds to kill him before his auto-healing powers reactivate. Therefore, he begs Echidna to kill him so that she can take the power of the Philosopher's Stone and restore the Demon Realm. When Echidna is about to take the stone, she stops and tells Leo that she won't kill him, and that he better join her army. Leo is stunned by the decision. He begins to look for someone else to support his decision to die and kill him before the timer runs out. Edward rejects the proposal to kill him, and even Melnis scolds Leo, wanting to die. Steina advises Leo not to die, and even tells him to try to disable the Order to save humanity instead and live whatever life he wants after that. Upon hearing these words, Leo remembers Abrid and successfully deactivates the Order implanted within his head, and at the end of the time limit, his wounds heal. The next day, Leo joins Echidna's army to continue supporting her in the fight to save the people and humanity. And that was I'm Quitting Heroing Season 1 recap. If you enjoyed this recap, remember to hit that sub, click the like button, and comment down below to let me know what you think of the series. I'll see you on the next video.